The Mark Thompson Show.
Put it together for my boyfriend. Yeah, he's Jefferson Graham. Come on.
Smashing it.
Smash it, smash it, smash it. He supports this show. He's a patron of this show. He is someone who I'm in touch with constantly because he, as you know, was the longtime tech editor for USA Today. He left USA Today, really to speak to his real love, I guess, or at least to... I think you love technology, but you do love photography, and your stuff with photography is just magnificent, and you shared so much with us and will continue to. But you give us stuff we need to do on the show as we try to begin this YouTube journey. Like, I'll tell you a secret. Jefferson Graham, he said, hey, man, you need something at the end of your videos that says, hey, you like this video? You know, there's more like it, right? So he said... you need to put that on there. I said, well, I don't know. He said, I'll shoot it for you. It takes 30 seconds. I'll shoot it for you. So he comes to me and he shoots this thing. And you know, when Jefferson Graham shoots something, it's like he's shooting it for like a wedding album. He's like, why would you like this? And I want you to turn your body like that. It's like, really, I feel like it was a model shoot. But now that's there because of Jefferson Graham. So thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Yeah, happy to help.
Yeah.
You're a fun subject.
The QR code. What is the QR code? People are asking. Please tell them. Lower right of the screen is a QR code.
Yes. Open up your camera, hover over the QR code, and you can subscribe. You could smash the subscribe button, or you could just put the camera over it to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I only need 18 today to hit the magic 9,000 mark.
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
Smashed it with your iron rod.
Look at you.
Yes, it's just would make me feel so good to hit 9,000. And I want Mark to hit 10 as well. So let's get Mark for 10.
Yeah.
Now, if people are technologically, they don't know what to do with the QR code, they can go to jeffersongraham.substack.com and subscribe, right?
They can.
Okay.
Yes. But if they've gone to any restaurant in the last 2 years where you say, hey, where's my menu? And they say, oh, we don't have menus anymore. Just hold your camera up on the table. I think they're savvier than we think now because they were forced to.
Yeah, no, I think that it's pretty straightforward. You just put the camera up to the QR code and you'll see right there. It comes up. It really is. That technology is pretty great. There's a lot of great technology out there, and this is a part of it. One of the things, though, that has become seamless, and you touched on this the last time we had a conversation, is this storage of photos and data, you know? And you had done a conversation with us a long time ago about sort of, and I consider this a scam, so I'm going to use this word scam, the scam of Gmail and other, not just Gmail, and other mail services where you think you're there and you look at the email that you want, you delete a bunch of them, but there's a building cache of emails. There's a building collection of emails, and you end up with thousands of emails, even if you haven't read them, and that takes up data space. And then they say to you, hey, you're almost out of data space. Wouldn't you like to pay $3.99 and be able to keep all of your photos on here and your email? And you end up paying $3.99 a month. That is a scam in a way, right, Jeff?
Well, it's their business model. There's no such thing as free anymore, and there's no such thing as free mail. They get you in until you get to the point where you have so much mail you can't even manage it, and you have to pay. And in Google's case, it's mail plus photos plus Drive, and they all go together. So that if you have a bunch of photos on your Google Photos and you go over the limit, that can stop you from reading your email, from responding to your email. And it's a pain in the butt. Every time that they tell you you've run out of room in Gmail, check your photos first, because it tends to be, that's what it is. I had the most current edition of the newsletter. I have a link to where to go to check the size of your attachments in Gmail that is incredibly helpful. And so anybody who goes there today on Thursday, it's the latest newsletter, and look for the Gmail section.
You've got great stuff on that newsletter. I recommend it. And well, obviously we recommend it every time you visit. The other thing you sort of were suggesting is that there are other places to put your photos. And I just want to review this quickly because I think it's very important. I did get some emails on this. where you're not going to be subjected to the whimsy of big tech as to whether or not your data survives. We have to deal with the demonetization or something, an AI misunderstanding something. It happened just yesterday, okay? And if they misunderstand something, you end up with no longer having any access to your photos. It can happen. So you had suggestions in that area as to where to park photos where you weren't necessarily going to be victimized by that.
Well, my number one recommendation is to have them there and also have them here. Have them in both places. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. You can put them on Google and that's fine, but you should also be looking at buying some hard drives and having them stored locally as well. There's a service called Mylio that works with your hard drive to give you the same online access to your photos and videos as you get from big tech without the problems of big tech. Google, the famous story last year about the guy who his kid was having a groin issue and the doctor said, take a picture of it. He sent it to him and then Google banned him because they said that he was a child molester.
Oh. Right, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So this whole idea, like somebody on the chat said, just buy more Google storage, dude. It's not expensive. Yeah, but that's why. He just explained it to you why. It's not that it's expensive, although, why should you pay for it? It's just one more. But it's a business model. But it's because the AI misunderstands what's going on. And you try to get back your pictures. Good luck.
Yeah,
it won't happen.
I heard a story last week about a couple that's getting divorced and they shared their photos on Amazon and he locked her out and wouldn't let her get any of her pictures, and all of her pictures, that's all they were. All of her pictures were on Amazon Prime. And now what does she do? So I'm urging everybody watching right now and listening to take action, take their photos back. You can store them online as well, but have another copy. I did hear from one of the viewers saying, well, you said not to put them online. Well, no, that's not what I said. I said have them in both places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. And if you have a hard drive, somebody's suggesting a hard drive, that's a great way to go, of course.
Multiple hard drives. Hard drives. You can buy probably about a 10 terabyte drive for $200 and get two of them. Or you can buy a smaller storage if you don't take as many pictures as I do. But the drives are not that expensive and they're definitely worth having on your desk. Always have two at least, because one of them will fail at one point. So you want to have double backup.
I have so many hard drives, tons of them. And Kim, I can't find the cords that connect to the. I mean, I have all these drives everywhere.
Basket of cords. I have no idea what cord goes to what thing.
Mark, if you have an old drive that you can't find the cord to, it's not gonna. We can find the cord. All you gotta do. Take a picture of it, show it to me, I'll get you the cord. Okay.
No, I'm with Kim. I've got a basket full of cords. That would be a good little party. It's the cord hard drive party. You have a bunch of cords. I also have a bunch of cords and things for other things, to charge cameras and all the rest, and they all just end up in that same basket.
Is that in 2023, you buy a hard drive, the cords are generic. They tend to be all USB-C to USB-C. Okay.
Yeah. And we did the whole cord thing last time, and we'll do it again. So, but not today. What else?
Did you see Goose Mama's comment?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Just tuning in, and guess who just bought storage on Google yesterday?
Great. We'll buy a hard drive as well. Apple introduced, speaking of news, Apple introduced a whole bunch of new products this week, several new computers and a new speaker. The computers are so expensive. It's not funny. They must know what they're doing, but the lowest price computer right now from Apple is $999. That's before you goose it with all the upgrades, and it goes into the 4s and 5s and 6,000s. The computer that I bought 1 year ago in January, 16-inch MacBook that I maxed out at $2,000, today would be $3,500.
Wow. That is a ridiculous amount of money.
They're claiming they've invented this new chip and it's so much faster. It's so much faster. And to which I say, that's great. I don't think that most people really care. Most people don't care. They want a $999 MacBook Air. That's what they want. But I'm not a marketing genius. I don't own I don't have 1,000 stores. So what do I know? Now, Mark, you have a classic Mac behind you.
I do. This Mac here. Yeah, this Mac here is. I can't throw it away because I think it's so pretty. It's like a little piece. It's like a museum piece. That's why I have it back here.
What did you pay for it, Mark?
I have no memory. Too much. I remember I've been paying too much for Apple products since they started coming out. How much were they? Do you remember?
I bet they were $500, $600, $700.
Yeah.
They were great computers. Now you can still buy an iMac starting at $16.99. $16.99.
Wow.
Okay. Do you remember when they were? I mean, they were $1,000. They were $900. And what I just told you, $16.99. That's before the extra RAM and extra stuff. And
the iMac is a thing that sits on your desktop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's not a PowerBook. It's not portable.
No, it's not portable. Right. They have a Mac Mini now that's $599, but the one with the super duper chip is $12.99.
Do you remember the Newton?
So, that was a little device.
It was like a pad,
Pilot, right?
It was a pad like a Palm Pilot, but a little bit bigger. It looks like an iPad, a little bit like the size of an iPad, of a smaller iPad, and you could write on it. This is from Apple. It was an Apple product, and you could write on this Newton thing, and it would learn your handwriting, and it would turn it into text. And it also had a lot of other features that were cool. And at the time, it looked just like those UPS things where they deliver something and they ask you to sign it. It looked exactly like that. And it had a stylus just like that. So I'm just thinking, you made me think of it when you talk about that technology, because I was way into Apple at the time. So we bought all the Newton stuff, and I was just so excited about Newton. And I felt like we were going to keep adding on to this technology and blah, blah, blah. Then for my birthday, my girlfriend at the time got me a Newton gift certificate. So I go into Westwood, where they had this Newton store. There's a whole store dedicated to this Newton technology. And I'm going to use my gift certificate to, soup up my Newton. And I arrive at the Newton store. Parking is a pain. When you get in, I have my box with my Newton, and I've got my gift certificate. Store is completely gone. I mean, it went away overnight, and they made no announcement. And then there was an announcement saying Newton will no longer be supported by Apple. Apple's dropping the Newton line. It's like, and somewhere there's still a gift certificate, is my point.
But it's worthless.
Yeah, sadly, I can't apply it to that Mac you're talking about.
You did get a text from JR who wants to know if there are any good tools for categorizing all your pictures.
We could talk about tagging tools. There's actually a great tagging tool hidden in Apple Photos on your phone when you press the I button and there's a face. And if you associate the face, Apple will learn all the faces, and it will take you time to set up. Look to spend an hour to 2 hours, but once you do, everybody's tagged, and it works really well.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Is that creepy though? Like telling Apple who everyone is in your photos?
I don't think you're telling Apple. I think you're telling yourself.
Okay.
It's just it stores on your phone.
Kim always feels somebody's looking over her shoulder.
Yeah.
And because, to be fair, big tech sometimes is. So
yeah,
I'd rather have Apple monitoring me than Google and Facebook.
Yeah. Well, Apple, this is the last point, then I want to get into the themes.
Yes.
Apple actually makes a point, and this is a big business situation for Apple. It's the tug of war that Apple is in with Facebook and Google. They make a point of what they can do to protect people's identity, people's email addresses, information, people's data, information that those other companies, Facebook and Google, actually monetize, right? You're on Facebook and you're on Google for free because they're selling information about you that they have through your data. But Apple makes a point of saying, we're going to protect that. Isn't that essentially it, Jeff?
Yes, that's one of their sales tools. And, I take them at their word. They're certainly not creepy following me everywhere, like Google. I think we were talking about Kim's search history. I opened up Maps one day and it said, you're at a Chevron station in San Luis Obispo. You were last here 3 months ago and you paid $3.69 for gas. And you spent 10 minutes here and then you drove to the Inn on the Creek in Morro Bay. And then you went here. And I was like, I can't believe this, God. And I got in touch with Google. They said, well, you opted in for this. And I said, no, I didn't.
My God. There's a reason that this place is fun.
Right. It's fun to give up that info. What did they, you're saying that even if you don't opt in for it, it's still there?
They automatically opt you in when you pick up some service. I don't remember which one it is, but if they say, well, do you want this? And if you say no, then you don't get tracked. If you agree to the service, they'll start tracking you, but they won't say, by the way, when you click this button, we're going to monitor everything you do.
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
Yeah, exactly. All right, it's time.
Don't even think about putting body parts in dumpsters because they know exactly where you were and when. Okay?
Everything is going extremely well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've heard Mark has told you all about me. And one of the things is that I keep TV themes in my brain for years and can't let them go. And it's always fun to see how fast people can pick it up here on the show. So I'm going to start with a few notes. Anybody get it yet?
I know the theme, but now I'm just trying to think of the show.
Really?
Yeah.
And Michael got it.
Night Court. Very well done. Nice job. A lot of people got it, actually. It was well done. The other thing. I was going to say also, yes, very topical, that everything Jefferson Graham plays, Kim, sounds... these TV themes that you could say were hack. It doesn't matter what the theme. They all sound so high end because he plays it in the guitar with that acoustic way. It's kind of cool. Oh, here's another one. Here we go.
When he starts to play, my brain goes to my knees, and I'm just like.
This is why guys who play guitar get. Friends, says Michael in Fairfax. Yes. Friends, says Gilbert. Okay. Ron says Friends.
Very good.
Nice. I've got it. Everybody's got to have this. Come on, guys. Yeah. Where's the guy? There it is. Cheers. Yeah, you got it. Very strong. Very strong.
Very good.
And last one. Here's the last one. I love this. One of my favorite shows, too. One of my favorite themes. Yeah. John's got it. Yeah, I'm sorry that you have it. Rockford Files. Come on. Rockford Files. Yeah.
Yes. Rockford Files.
Good. So great. I love the beginning of Rockford Files for just when you hit those two chords, it's like, God, it just brings me back to that show. Wow.
Yes. In your Firebird, right?
Yeah. It was James Garner, right?
It sure was. Mike Post wrote the theme. Yeah,
Mike Post. He's so prolific as a theme writer. And Garner, a real animal lover and kind of an animal rights guy before animal rights was cool or cooler.
This I don't know. I do know that he lived in a mobile home park in Malibu. It's the character, right?
Oh, right. Jim Rockford did. Yeah.
And that was my dream when I came to LA. I wanted to live in a mobile home park just like Jim Rockford.
You know who loved the Rockford Files? KGO fans? Ron Owens. He loved the Rockford Files. Ron was a dear friend, so I knew all of that crap about him.
What the hell is going on in the United States of America?
And so it's a little interesting overlap. So, Jefferson Graham, here is your QR code again.
Hey, thank you.
If you're just joining us, just put your camera up to the QR code, and you will be subscribing.
And he's at 9,000
subs. And that's
subs.
Photo Walks TV. Check it out on
9,000
YouTube.
9,000 subs, Jefferson.
9,000! Come on! You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah.
That's not fake. That's real.
Exactly. That's not fake. That's real. Jeff, you're there. 9,000. Thank you for joining us. Love that you're part of the show.
This was so much fun.
Thanks for all the support of the show, too, my friend. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Jefferson Graham, everybody. Yeah. Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.